Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, we are taking a look at the analysis of Bitcoin. Now, just like what we talked about for last video, we were saying about how Bitcoin is going to create a new low. Now, whether that low was going to be a higher low or a lower low, it was to be determined, but we were expecting the price of Bitcoin to fall regardless. Now, going off of what we talked about last time, we have in fact created this new low. It is still in the progression of finally certifying in terms of what sort of low it is, where the actual low is going to be. But so far, we are seeing how it's very likely to be a lower low in comparison to where we had over here at 90K. We've already fell below 90K. We're around this 89,000 level. And so what it does look like is that the target is aiming for this 84,000, this 83,000 area. So just a quick recap. Last time we talked about how if Bitcoin wants to see it hit 100K, it needs to create a low first. And whether or not it was going to bounce back depended on whether it was going to close a low over here around the 92K level. So it was going to be a higher low in comparison to the previous low. Or if it goes below and creates a low here, then it's obviously going to be a lower low in comparison to before. And if we had that, then that means the price is going to continuously falling downward. And that's exactly what has happened, just like we've said. So we are looking for Bitcoin to be going towards this area coming in at 84,000. If we were to go into the hourly, this is something that we should have been expecting as well. This was the short trade that you could have took. We talked about how essentially the price was holding on and falling towards this 94K. However, at any point, does it fall below this 94K, then it was the short trade potential. Because what we talked about was if it holds 94K and we see it bounce, then that would have been the lower low create or higher low created, and it's going for that 100K area. However, if it's break below, then what it means is that it's very likely to make a new lower low, and we're going to take that short trade downwards. And that's in fact what has happened. So if you did watch the last video, this would have been something that you would have actually caught out. This is something that we obviously pre-warned in our last video. And now essentially what we want to look out for is just how long till Bitcoin hits this 84K. So personally for me, if I'm taking a look at the trade opportunities right now, I am taking a short trade towards this 84K level with attention to whether or not we are going to break towards this low, which is seemingly looking like this 89,200 area, which we are extremely close already. But essentially we want to see it break down below that level. And when we can, that's of course really when the flush is going to start happening. There are fundamental news happening as well right now. We obviously have the tariffs, we have the commodity market going crazy, natural gas going crazy. And so we are seeing a bit of money rotating out of crypto into those markets. But it doesn't change away from the fact that right now, if we are seeing it fall towards 84K, then that's also a major accumulation level. So my game plan as of right now, unless something changes, which of course, if it does, I will make an update on that immediately. But as of right now, what I am looking at is taking a short trade of Bitcoin towards this 84K level. And what then I'm going to do is of course take profit at 84K, and then I'm going to start accumulating, building up my long orders, because I'm going to wait and expecting a major accumulation at this 84,000 area. If somehow we do break below the 84K, then we're really going to be looking at a major freefall all the way potentially to this 52,000 level, to this kind of 71, 52,000 area. And so that's obviously the scenarios that we are we're waiting and anticipating. But I think that we have a higher chance of accumulating at 84 than we do of breaking below 84. And what we also have to expect is that, again, if this is the new structure, if we're broken out of this previous structure and we're making this kind of high, this new low, then do expect a pullback. Now, this pullback is going to be nothing major. It will be below kind of this 98,000 area. So if you want to take a short trade at this area and kind of really maximize your profit, that's something that you can obviously feel free to do so as well. But if you don't want to take a short trade, if you still think it's risky and you'd rather sit on the sideline, I would wait. But ultimately, I think the biggest gains that will be made is not right now, but rather when we do see at 84K, and that's when I'm going to really go heavy into the accumulation, into the long orders. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you guys next time.